Okay, part 3 of the Limsa, or in this case, the tank playthrough. We're here to kick some pirate ass. Several might have gotten this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. It's about a fishback than being lit, and that conniving bastard's dead. To arms! A true knave. You betray even yourself, Severn. Ugh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves you your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honest wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it may be, we shall take it. Send into me a creature of abyss, and for all commands, might not enemies. You're strong. Damn, yes. Never has the throne been so sorely twisted. No, the melee tanks tend to be... That was a bit ridiculously fast, though. The golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. The snake slithered away. I am glad that he did not have a chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Those pirates do not belong to any known Lominsa factions. Whom then do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagan and Cobalt activity. Something's afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon the primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep up a single primal at bay, let alone two. But that all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis saw foretold. coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time may be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Nevermore did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream I would possess the means to see ether. Yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today, the maelstrom officially marks that great hole into the sea. Today, the maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. Wait. A disturbance in the etheric flow. But whence does it emanate? See some grotto, perhaps. What have we here? Can you walk? 'Tis I. Regrettably, no. You eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Sovereign here has appraised me of all that has transpired. His account sheds some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. Golem is a mindless automation. Golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. When these tattooed wretches are no common pirates, they are minions of the Sahagin. As to the purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stalewind will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation. But I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit. Ah, he told me of you. Perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Ishdola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in hope I might offer up some clues as to our predicament. I'd say I owe you my life, but I don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead, and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summer Four Farms, and I'll face the consequences. Hate that! Until our paths cross, farewell. Essentially, Ishtola seemed to be miss of recognizing who we were. Oh, I knew you'd return. Stola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a separate weaver. Now, for all to the side, something else. Weavers may look and act and sound like pirates, but they're not. But the fishbacks flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Limsas. I'd only just taken my oath when the captain bent knee to his new Hagen masters. I knew how to get away. So I crept off one night and got myself a new name and got myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret long around here, and word soon spread all the way back to the sea. The penalty of desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. I was busy swelling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last. How you try to give it your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You hear no arguments from me. Each man must settle according to his own moral compass. Just hope yours guides you back here someday. There'll always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And always be in your debt still. I owe you a debt too, Thema. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men on my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it would be this. Tell Baderon what's happened from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put a good word in for Severn if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I could possibly ask for you. Safe travels, lass. Wicked Jack's structure is one zone. Oh, it's in Limsa itself. Well, I'm going to Limsa. Excellent. Please return for this. Thema, I've gathered what information I could concerning the beast of young Sigurd Beji slay. Tales name this creature Kajuta. Those who have witnessed Kajuta in their terrifying flesh also call him the Stampeding Mountain, such is his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance to the boy's parents. In fact, encourage it. To topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards that distant goal, I send you to the blind iron mines. We have word that folk are falling prey to the claws of local Galagos. It is your task to protect the weak of these unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you and let the axe blade sing in righteous slaughter. There's a kill plus to a different zone. I'm not worried about that right now. Bloody elves. Life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured. Ah, but you need to worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jacket's and the Yellow Jacket as and output. The punishment is good a mate of mine. If I asked him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad sentence from hanging to keel hauling. Kind of gent how he is. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see you straight fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stale won't ask you and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lass. So reward, well, she's a lovely lady, this Johnny Winchell mine. How do you fancy keeping her company for a spell? Free room on board. Venture's a charm business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you. So make use of it. My accent's terrible for this character. Now, not that you'll have much time for lying around, what with the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention I'm putting your name down for the leaves. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manners of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed at how much folk pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Democry a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Oh, it's all above board, cause you're wondering. Be careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, like some other pirates I could mention. Tell ye, if it turns out they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhap that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to ride it. But we have time for such talk when you're all well rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Oh, do you fare it, Rathema? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well, then I have an idea of what might keep you might be trying heading next. Have you heard the skylift out of the middle of Nosea? If you ever visited Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's a big bleeding scaffolding attached to descent. You'll likely see the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up into the cliff and face. And our labor that, and I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs of what no buggers has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, book by the name of Workwit, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Guild leaves. Greetings, Athema. Beateron is most been effusive in his praise of your accomplishments. Have you considered putting your abilities to use with the Adventurers Guild by undertaking guild leave or two? Guild leaves are the means by which you document requests for assistance from the citizenry prior to signing them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that requires the extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that ask for the creation of goods, tasks we term leave requests are many and varied in the nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make way to the Swift Perch and speak with Swigskiff. He'll be happy to set your feet on the path to completing your first leave quest. I think that would be very warm to wear in a Mediterranean climate. Let's see if I can do this. That's a yes. Oh, I need to kill 4 of those. Oh, I can't jump off. Lame. Lame. Bedron sent you out here, did he? You can consider yourself welcome at the skylift. Look at the bloody cliff, will ya? A blast of fiery hell from that huge dragon, it was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through, though, so this mess of wood pulleys was only our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. Gods were kind, and they ain't. I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing this ahead. Glad I'm to see you, lass. A bargain driver who just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity that sprang out of the millicorn and stealing his cargo. Seems that got this bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. He head down the road, recover the seedling, and deliver it to Lilith and Swift version, Western Lanosea. Whatever he pays you for this cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, you also found an Aetherite and Swiftfish, so the journey should be worth your while. Greetings, lass. My name's Swigskiff, and I'm in charge of assigning local police force here at Switchbridge. Tamakru sent you my way, did she? Well, let's get you started. Right after I see we got the brass to overcome the challenges you're likely to encounter around these parts. Let's take a look over the task outline in the list. Guilty. You reckon you can handle it? Good to hear. My Galacrabs like to run off to the mates when they're feeling overmatched. If you don't want to find yourself armpits deep in the snippers, then you best finish them off quickly. You seem to have a little trouble, lass. Here's a reward for your efforts. Aye, I reckon you'll do just fine with the rest of your jobs. There's always plenty more to do here at Swordfish, with all the rebuilding and such. You should make yourself useful. By the way, a certain adventurer like yourself might want to look into guild heists. Have a word with battle-worn Warden TRO. She'll give you the details. Don't fret now, lass. I'll set her straight if she has any doubts to your ability. Word travels quickly in Swiftridge. Here to learn about guild heists, are we? What's a guild heist? Why, it's a behest issued by the Adventurers Guild, savvy? When a certain task is brought to the attention of the guild as a little too grand for a leave, but not grand enough for a grand company involvement, they're deemed guild has been sent to yours truly. You don't let the lack of grandeur fool you. Tasks are anything but simple. Most take place in tight quarters, and all require precision teamwork to rescue you in the battle meets. And so, what you do to get in return and replacing your neck on the lopping block, besides a beaming grin from the battle warrior Tiro, fame, fortune, and the usual. So I presume you'll be joining our next operation. Has Nemea herself forsaken this desolate land. Though I understood there was a risk of gambling my entire fortune on a crop of millicorn, at least I was expecting the ceiling to be delivered before disaster struck. Is that my millicorn ceiling? Oh, joy, stay. It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of cropland is nothing short of astonishing. As you may have doubtless noticed, Swiftperch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. That's meant to restore a modicum of hope to his residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madam, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to about a while and help with nurture its ailing self? You there, adventurer. Cast your eyes towards Brewer's Beacon. Does light not seem uncommonly weak? We cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. But when I march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, I am duty bound to remain at my post. I would consider a favor if you would make a visit to Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Consquist, the lighthouse keeper. See, a yellow jacket sent you here? Eh? And your light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace has up and buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon up fixed soon, we'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just a messenger, lass, but I can tell eventually when I see one. I'm gonna need you to chase down that bomb and bring it back a claw which you ripped it from its smoldering corpse. Take this old iron brazier and set it down in the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You'll get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't cinch your eyebrows up. All you need to do is take down the runaway bomb and bring me back one of his little... Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Was up at this little firecracker in the furnace just to keep the things running for a while. Had myself go a bit of a look while you was gone, and let me in curse me if the furnace weren't able to be all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. Patched things as best I could, but it ain't no Smitty. I want to have to chat with the Yellowjack friends of yours in Swiftbridge and have him pass the word back up to someone in Limsa. Furnace is damaged, isn't it? Very well. So write up the relevant reports. These repairs needs to be effected without delay. Seems I have another favor to ask you, adventurer. Take yourself straight to the Armorers Guild in Limsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Lominsa. Furnace's Superior's beacon needs repairs. Drydocks, cleared. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Maybe the bomb Canswiss has trapped in there was a touch too volatile. I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to the reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work here is done, adventure. May the navigator guide you on your journey. I would say you're taking some work over to taking out some work from Naldik and the Millies. We have a great a hulking warship to build, and one could use certainly next to hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this specific over to Atbeer, head of the shipwright of the Moraby Drydocks. We forged most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place on the docks in the south of Lower Nosea. There's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldik and Vilmilis. The Moraby Drydocks is one of Limsa's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret tuning yourself to this area's aetherite. If you know of confidence in your sense of direction, you best be served by making the use of tokable quarters. Trace forward the mizzen mast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make a check on your 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south, and the navigator guide your steps. Yes, I'm going to the middle deliberately. Welcome back, Rithima. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there's yet to be much work to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a famished wagon and seen thundering through the lands until its rest. The foodstuffs filled and overturned wind have attracted all manner of hungry predators. The produce for the market, the farmers have surely suffered for coin this season. Your dirty is thus clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve your cargo. Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. Creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampages. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training. Do not despair, Athena. As Axemaster and fellow Marauder, this I swear. I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, till the blade of your axe slice clinging through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle that densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. You may find yourself drawn to explore possibilities offered by other disciplines and fields. These distractions are inevitable and perhaps necessary, but I urge you to soon return to the path of Marauder. Do not wish your edge dull justice to begin to show such potential. Are you well with you? I see you have been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in words. It shows in your bearing, your unwavering gaze. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in the western Lanosea. Monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How do you find this beast? Well, I'm fortunate enough to count among my many acquaintances. My acquaintance is a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Rainfred. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago, and will gladly aid you in this task. With Rainfred's assistance, you are to track down this powerling in danger and provide it with swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. Okay. You have a missive from me from Forge Master Hananza. Simply pertaining to the pending arrival of Matura's orders on over Moon Pass. Let's see it. Let's see it then. Blast of botheration. Another delay. I'm well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. Messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Rathima. Rathima, is it? Well, Rathima, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory. First new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Lominsa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by this coming the 7th Emerald Era. Thus we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even go so far as her veteran shipwrights from outside the thalassocracy. Yet even such unprecedented measures, we are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Let's see here. How do I set a gear set again? Probably can't until I have enough job. Get enough job. Where the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment. Now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. Shipwright of mine, a young man named Philsmid, recently left the Candlekeep Key to receive several crates of supplies ordered from Lominsa, but has yet to return. I have sent several missives to Halbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Key in my stead and inform Halbroda. If he insists on playing these games, I will personally see he's transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot along in the middle of the sea for eternity. Is that so fresh as dog absent doubt would have never told him anything less than the truth? Turtleback Island. He cannot do that, can he? So my poor man on his grave. Navigator, rest her soul. I know not of this Fearl's man, nor his precious supplies. Hills here at the quay have had enough trouble with the past 2 suns with the sinking of the Lominsa cargo ship off the South Strand. I don't have time to take a proper piss, let alone a note of every scrag that wanders off in the grip. Another way, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, you most only have time to get the arse of yours up down to the South Strand and help us search for the survivors of the wreck. Who knows? Maybe you're just finally get across this Philsman everyone seems to be so eager to find. You're hoping the navigator hasn't found it first. I think that there's some Quirgern I can kill over here. Hi, I'm Philsmid. You say the foreman's wondering about me whereabouts? Thought he might be. But you must know I cannot show me face at the Drydocks until right at the Tober Rock cost. Tonight's pass I made the trip from the Drydocks to Canakic Key just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ships was worried being close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to Fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time he was halfway toward the ship, the swell had risen to nigh on 10 yawms, and it wasn't long before the waves hold of us. Trusting my study about the nation's grip was too tight, and we were flung headlong into the Lominsa galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo was like strewn across the straw sand. It's made every effort to salvage it, but the sun ants are crawling with a Quigern, and I ain't one with a sword. And now you see why it is I cannot return to the Drydocks. I like how that one Quigern spawned pre-aggroed. Oh, it's because of the collected loot. At night I was tossed into the sea like some dull rags, and it wasn't long before the world around me faded to black as I slipped deep into the abyss. Below, the navigator went seeming to the gates of the seven hells, and I hoped myself to find myself washed ashore. Here I've been ever since, waiting for the chances I was your master's cargo. Mrs. Parks, I don't know how I can repay you. Deliver the supplies right away, but I must first stop by the quay so I might pay my respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful. Could you tell that Abthin and I'll be back at the Drydocks by nightfall? Many thanks, Sergeant. Oh, forget this kindness. I am relieved to hear that both Druidsmill and the supplies were unharmed, though it was foolish of me to believe I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. See, there was no storm that day, and the seas here are adjacent to the Drydocks are calm as a slumbering child. It leads me to believe that the troubles the ships encountered off Cannibal Key was less of a natural sort of which this Haggard man had been known to conjure. Fatima, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proved yourself that an asset to Naldic and Vilnos. Still do not like you. That does not mean I don't trust you. That's the first. Didn't realize you didn't like me to begin with. Kim Thada, head of the watch here at the Drydocks, believes the pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance in investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I've recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa had endured before, during and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who will turn their backs on the city-state so they might line their pockets for a few handful of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. Ah, yes, I had a feeling you would be one of you'd be the one at Behrm sent. Since you were first arrived at the Moraby Drydocks, I've had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on those new to the area. Simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I admit is quite shocking. Man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well. I assume at Behrm informed you of the task would be entailed. Pirates who believe we are conspiring to raid the Drydocks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men posing as lost adventure and see if you can somehow learn their intentions. Kanago, stationed at the rear of the gates, can provide you the exact location of the camp. Fatima. Haha! I knew it. No more sardines for Kanago. Tonight, I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going out with some of the guards on who at Behrm would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. The job. Yes, of course. Follow the road past the gates to the southeast. You'll eventually come to a barren cape with a large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Follow to the 12 sisters, holy place dedicated to Nemea, the spinner. I'm surprised the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. What do we have here? A little lost lamb looking for a mummy. We've got a nice fire going. Why don't you come and sit in your tender hours down by old One Tooth? I'll keep you all warm and toasty, like. Bugger off, you unbloodied whelp. You reek of old man mate's teats. It's making me wine taste more sour than it already is. I'm giving it a count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venture and ours back to whatever rocky it is you crawl for. You see eyes, add it to my ears with your type. Roaming the hills like it was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man cannot enjoy a muggle rum without some shite-breathing outliner or any asking which way the local leads. Something else if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Those balls. Once you have me boy back up here in like this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, and ain't no one remember I was here for ever here. Come on, Scrags, who's nice to Sharp. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they're indeed planning on something. But what's this talk about getting me Boyd back? Could it be the tracker was never the victory? Something's not right, and I won't sit idly waiting for those pirates to make their first move. So order the increased patrols immediately. Saying thank you for increasing for your help, Ruthima. It appears you were wise about our trust in you. I am concerned, Ruthima. It appears that the pirates out you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the Drydocks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. She has a symbol for everything Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow her these base scoundrels to see spring up on the whole. We must have put in hand them before they put the plans into motion, and you, with the Emeritus, will admit to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the Drydocks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Prepare report beginning your efforts by listening to one of the accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Urswist at the front gate or Kanaga at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Hail, Avenger. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. Guys know reports would sit on Gunthada's desk, gathering desk with the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports though, I saw one of those major pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. He took a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. Bah! Spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's happened? What's happened has already happened. Let's take care of the log before continue on. What the hell are those walls? Oh, I can't jump down. Sad. Ah. Okay, there we go. Part 3, that was a long one. But, there we go. I guess, just say like and subscribe, but I think it's going to take a while for the channel to take off, if anything. Anyway, until next time.